Hey, this is Soul Joel coming to you from the Speakeasy for another Small Business Friday, Small Business Spotlight. We're going to edit this already. Oh, boy. And so we have Christy Morrell of Made for Morrell, right?
Made by Morrell.
Made by Morrell. See? You don't have to. There's no pressure here. I'm going to make all the mistakes. We met through Danielle Bond, who had suggested that we do the do a craft show, and we ended up with the idea to do Small Business Saturday, and we had over 50 local businesses. She connected us, and we had over 1,300 people. We raised money for, what was it?
Operation 143.
Or Operation 143. But here, since I took over Sunnybrook, I love being in touch with people that run their own events and partnering with people. And you have a lot of experience from running your summertime events at the Alley in Pottstown. So a lot of the vendors you knew, some of the vendors were people that I came here with. But, I mean, you came in, took the bull by the horns, and even got upset from a few people that tried to pack up early.
Yes.
Yeah.
None of that.
None of that. But you have a lot of experience. How long have you been running your own business?
Since 2015.
2015, okay.
Yes.
So, it's 2024. So almost 9 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And you just do it all from home?
Yep. I work from home. I teach my kids at home. They are homeschooled. So it works out really well that we can be there centralized, and I can dedicate my time to them. And when we're done our schooling, I can buzz out to the shop and get to work.
And your daughter is following in your footsteps as an entrepreneur.
She also owns her own business. She has a slime business. Kids love the slime, and she has capitalized on that.
And she's
14.
14.
Yep.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years, but she's 14.
Yes.
That's amazing.
She's October this year will be 2 years in business. So
2 years in
Yeah.
Oh my! So she was 12 technically.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
she
incredible.
She had to go to craft shows with me, and she's like, I might as well be making money too. So what can I do? And
Right.
And that's what she chose.
And she figured it out and
Yep.
did something totally different
Yep.
than what you do. That's incredible. And when we had the Small Business Spotlight, Small Business Saturday, a lot of the vendors, I don't know if all of them, shared with us that it was their best day that they've ever had, whether they had just opened up or they've been around for years.
It was the best day that I ever had. In
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
It was a phenomenal day all around, and I heard nothing but good news and good reviews
Yeah.
of the event.
And we're going to do it again on Saturday, March 23rd. So we're going to do it twice a year, every Saturday for Small Business Saturday, the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, to kick off the holiday season, and then also one time to kick off the spring. It's going to be a week before Easter.
Yes, and
Should be good.
We'll pack the house full of artisans again.
Yeah, I know, and we did I think a good job of mixing it up and having a lot of different vendors and different businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a good time, and I'm looking forward to starting planning that.
Yeah.
Once we get through this weekend.
This weekend, so tomorrow, if you're listening, we have our first health and wellness. And everybody that's going to be there is some sort of vendor that's involved in health or wellness. So a couple other people reached out, and we appreciated them reaching out, but they didn't have anything to do with health or wellness. So it's very specific.
Yes.
Yeah. New year, new me. And it's free to come out. So a lot of people said, "Oh, we should charge," but we want people to support the businesses and come out, and we're not going to charge. It's like going into a mall. And that's one thing I loved about it, too, is that a lot of the businesses like yourself, you don't have a storefront because you are working from home, and you don't want a lot of people coming to your house. So this was a great place to showcase.
Yes.
And I feel,
Sure.
Yeah.
I will not be set up this weekend.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I'm here to help organize and get everybody put in their places and
Put them in their place.
keep them all in line.
Yeah.
They had questions, I had answers, and we just finished setting up the ballroom, and everyone's got their place.
Yeah. They should come out between 10 and 4.
11.
11 and 4. I knew as soon as I said that, I was wrong. That's what time the people are setting up, as early. Yeah. So, 11 and 4 to come out. It's free. I watched a couple of your videos. You do a good job of making videos, and because obviously you make the videos all for these events as well, but for your own business, you're sitting there making, like, you do handmade engraved, homemade engraved, like, keychains and different like things, but you sit there and, like, and that's how you
It's
make
its own art form. Like, yes, I make the art, but I also videotape and edit and post, and it is its own art form in itself.
it. Literally could be 2 or 3 different jobs: someone to edit, someone to film it, so and you're doing all of that yourself. You're marketing it,
All of
putting
it.
it all together.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if somebody in my family would hold the camera every once in a while.
Yeah, despite you not wearing any hats, you're wearing multiple.
Yes, all of them.
All of them. But what brought you to do what you do? Like your daughter chose slime. Like what made you?
Many years ago, when my daughter was first born, I went to a friend's house that had a silverware wind chime hanging outside of her house, and I loved it, so I made one. And then many years later, my daughter was at school, and they had a craft show, and I was like, I don't want to be just a stay-at-home mom anymore. I went to art school. Let's
Okay.
do this. So
Yeah.
I just started making stuff, and then my husband said, "You're not going to get repeat customers if all you make is wind chimes." So that's all it took for me to snowball and make anything and everything out of utensils.
Right.
And spoons, forks, knives, jewelry, yard art, home decor, you name it, I make it, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, he's right though. It's like it's not like every spring they're like, I'm gonna buy my wind chimes from her. It's like you have the wind chimes from last year unless something happens to it.
Right.
So yeah, you have to have something that you
And
can.
I have a fan club. They come out and they find wherever I'm at whatever craft show, and they come out all the time, and they're always supporting me, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I noticed too when you made the video, like just like everything else, there was technical difficulties, and at the end, it didn't have the big reveal.
That made me so mad.
But I noticed it, and some of your fans were like, "Listen, it didn't. We want to know what it looks like."
It was a long video, and TikTok didn't transfer it over to Instagram. And go to TikTok, you see the whole thing.
Right. But it just shows like the people that are there supporting you, like they were like,
and
they wanted to get the ta-da, the
Yeah.
big reveal.
I didn't even realize it when it posted that it cut it off at the end.
Right. Well, you made a keychain for me. It said Soul Joel. Do you get people that now not only buy whatever you're having, do they like requests, and do you do
Yes.
like special made?
Yes. A lot of people have silverware from their grandparents sitting around, and they want something made because they're never going to use the silverware as silverware because it's silver plated or it is silver and it doesn't taste right. You can't put it in the dishwasher. So they want something uniquely made for them or their family members. So I do custom work, and they usually let me keep the rest of the silverware set that's left over, which is nice. We like that. What was your question?
Do they? What do the people now like? Because obviously they come out to support you. Do you now get like custom requests?
Yes, I do have lots of custom requests.
I ping pong just like you, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was like, wait, what was he on? Oh, what was that?
back to me. But what? What was the question again?
Yeah. Yes, I do get a lot of custom orders, and it's fun to make because some people request some very strange quotes to be stamped onto a spoon, but we take care of that. I actually had Small Business Saturday. I had silverware dropped off to me here.
Okay.
That came all the way from Colorado. She was cleaning out her grandparents' house, and she found it, and she thought of me, and she drove it all the way back here.
What?
And gave it to me specifically. It's actually this pattern right here, and it's beautiful, and I've been making a lot of stuff out of it.
Well, because that's what I was. So that was going to be my next question, which you kind of already touched on. You had shared with me before that you're born and raised here.
Yes.
In the 19468.
5.
No, 5. We'll edit this in post. But what's like the furthest that you've? Maybe it's Colorado, but that you've gotten a request from? Because now, I mean, the internet, TikTok, Instagram. It's
Alaska.
Wait.
Yeah.
I love how we just made this into a game show.
Yeah,
You're like Alaska. Survey said pretty far. That's pretty far. Amazing.
I have a map at home that I color in every time I ship it to a different state. So
Seriously?
yes.
Oh, because so when I had I 2 years in a row, I made it a contest, and I got 0 entries of people wearing Soul Joel's merch, and then all of a sudden, a year later, it took on a life of its own. Someone went on a honeymoon to Jamaica, and someone went to Paris, and they started taking pictures and posting, and people were like, "You need to make this into a contest." I go, "I don't know why." but I did it 2 years in a row, no entries, and now people are just doing it themselves. So
Perfect.
people gave me a map
Yeah.
to do that and put like little pins.
Yep.
So it's really cool. So where are some of the other places that you've?
Well, Hawaii, Puerto Rico.
What?
I don't know which ones would be the furthest technically.
But I mean, but I mean, that's like it's not just like I was thinking like Mid Atlantic and like New York, New Jersey,
no,
Maryland.
All over the
You have the
map is pretty colorful.
the
let me tell
two
ya.
continental states. That's amazing. Hawaii and Alaska, and then Puerto Rico. Like I don't even know. Just internet, right?
Yeah.
Just word of
well,
mouth, and it spreads.
On TikTok, it's really where it actually made me make a website because people saw my stuff on TikTok and like, where can I buy this? And I'm like, I don't have a website. I just sell locally at craft shows. So now I have a website that I designed myself, another hat to wear.
Yeah.
And it just snowballed. Last 2022, I had to actually shut my website down because it went so wild with one of the things
Really?
that I was selling.
Oh, I remember you telling me that story. Yeah.
I had so many things to make and ship off. It was stacked taller than me. My kids were helping folding paper and packing boxes. It was a lot of fun.
It's a gift and a curse.
Yes.
The internet.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. When for TikTok comics, they always hit me up, and it's good to know that TikTok's actually helped you because a lot of people will share with me that they have huge followings, but it doesn't always translate into ticket sales because, like, I have a brick and mortar and they have to come here, but for you, it's they could be anywhere and then buy it from
Yep.
you. But with me, like with comics, just because they have a huge TikTok following doesn't mean they're gonna sell in Pottstown. You know,
Correct.
they're in the area
It's kind of different when they don't actually have a physical thing to give away.
Right.
They
Right.
have just their voice.
Yeah. But the people people have just shared it. Like, how many followers do you have on TikTok now?
Almost 23,000.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing.
But then you look at Instagram and it's like, that's a totally different number.
Totally different number. Yeah, it's not like 20.
I don't like Instagram. I'm not a fan.
Really?
And I don't know why.
Oh. I never got into TikTok, which I mean it's what I don't I haven't developed a following on that. I should. I mean I love to dance. That's how I'm soul girl. But is it just a bunch of videos that started getting your followers, like, or did you see, like, was it with that one
It was
order
one video that really went crazy
and got you most of the followers?
Yeah, it was like 2.5 million views. I make a little dude out of forks and his middle finger's up.
Okay.
And people just love that.
Yeah. A little
He's cute.
Controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what do you have, like, different things you do every year? Like you in the springtime, like you put out like a new figure like that?
Yeah, I have seasonal items that come out for sure. Like Christmas time, reindeer are very popular. And every Christmas I try to make a new Christmas ornament of some sort so that way we keep it fresh and keep that repeat customer.
Yeah. And then I love that you've created this network of people. Like, once we had the signups for the Small Business Saturday and we kept it low, like I just wanted to cover our costs and our setup fees and stuff like that. But a lot of people reached out because they knew you from your craft shows at the Alley.
Correct.
How did you build that up? Like, and how did you, like, find the people now that they're already your friends, but how did you initially meet, like, all those fellow small business owners?
I can't take the credit for starting the craft
Oh,
show at
I'm
the
sorry.
Alley. There was another person that was doing it,
Oh.
but not in the same way that I was doing it.
Okay.
Hers were random craft shows periodically throughout the year when she, her name is Allie,
Okay.
at the Alley.
That's
when
hilarious.
She got pregnant and didn't want to do it anymore, so she asked if I wanted to take over. So I took over and I talked with Anthony, the owner of the Alley, and we made it once a month from April to October, the last Sunday of the month. So it had uniform. People knew what to expect and when to expect, and the vendors just started signing up, and I just rotate through all the vendors that I can. I think I have almost 200 vendors, local vendors, artists in the area on my vendor list.
Wait, but 200 don't.
Absolutely not.
I was
We
like,
can fit about 18 vendors in
okay,
there.
yeah. I was like,
It's a very small venue.
unless I haven't like given a full walk around, I'm like, that didn't.
It's a very small venue, so that's why I do rotate through. I try to only have one candle maker, one person that does that type of art. Now, jewelry is a little bit different because jewelry is such a variety.
Yeah.
But I do try to keep it rotated through, so they apply every month that they want to join, and I choose the vendors from that list.
Yeah. And that was so funny because we tried to do the same thing, and I know we got a few more than we wanted for Small Business Saturday, but I tried to phrase it because everybody was like, we want to do this the next one. I'm like, you have the right of first refusal. And I guess the way I worded it, they were like, are we not allowed back? And I'm like,
It does sound like that.
you're going to turn it down. You're invited back. But if you don't want to come, it's up to you.
Yeah, the people that were here for Small Business Saturday will get first pick.
First
They
pick.
will get the first email, and they will have a certain amount of time to respond to guarantee their space.
Yeah, that's why we make a great team. Because I know what I meant to say, and you just said it better.
I try.
Yeah. What was Allie a part of the?
She was not.
Oh, okay.
I think she's taken a step back for her family.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
Perfect.
that's okay.
That's all right. So what's next for your business? Anything exciting coming up?
Well, we have at Enchanted Elements, which is a new apothecary on High Street, has
Okay.
a craft show next month in February. So that will be a Love of Art Valentine's Day craft show.
Okay.
And then we have our small business in March here.
Yep.
I coordinate at the Coventry Woods Festival,
Okay.
which is in North Coventry. They do a festival once a year, and I coordinate all the vendors for that event. And then I do the alley from April to October.
Okay. Yeah. While the weather's nice.
Yes, we hope for better weather in 2024. 2023 was a little rainy.
Well, so that's what the last event was. It was in September, and that's what got.
October, and it was supposed to pour, and it did not, but it still rained. I don't want my artist's work to get wet, so I try to make a very tough decision whether or not we're going to do it if it's predicting rain.
And that stinks too because you're promoting.
I do all the work, and then it's just a wash. But Anthony's really cool, and he gives them credit for another show at another time. So if they've paid, they at least get credit for another event at another time.
If there's one thing that the pandemic and COVID, it's kindness and patience. So, I mean, people always use it as an excuse, and it's one of those things like a lady one time shared with me 10 years ago that she had reserved tickets and not even bought a ticket, but she said her cat got sick. And in my mind, I'm like, what are you going to hold the cat's hair? Like, it's 90 minutes, but I get it. What are you doing for that cat that you can't attend the comedy show? And now I have a seat that's empty. But during COVID, and people always say that they're sick or whatever, I just give them credit to another show because I at the end of the day, I want them to give them the experience that they paid for. And whatever the reason is, they obviously had something come up and they can't attend the show. So I do the same thing that Anthony did and just try to understand as best I can.
Yes.
But if they don't call and don't show, then they end up on a different list.
I know that list.
Yeah. I think you started that list. It's just, come on.
You speak up.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, then how are you going to know?
Yeah.
You know?
So this Saturday, tomorrow, 11 to 4 o'clock, health and wellness. We set it all up, and then definitely come out in March to our next. Well, we're not going to call it Small Business. Are we calling it Small Business Saturday?
I don't think we have a name yet.
We don't have a name. Yeah, 'cause we can't call it Small Business Saturday because that's, We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
It'll have a good name.
Yeah. So what's your for everybody listening? What's your TikTok, your Instagram, your website? How can people get a hold of you?
It is made by Morrell. Should I spell that? I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Well, because it's so funny.
Made, M-A-D-E, because I made it.
Yeah.
By Morrell, and my last name is Morrell.
Right.
And that's across the board: TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and website madebymorrell.com.
Well, because last week we had Sam Morrell
Yes.
headline
Spelled different.
but your daughter was like, "That's my name."
That's my name. I'm Sam Morrell.
Yeah. But it was So it was a little play on words there, but we appreciate you and partnering, and we want people to help support her. And she'll be here Saturday, but if not, you come see her at the Alley in the springtime, and here Saturday, March 23rd. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.